Hey guys, it's your boy Darty, coming at you with another weekly analysis on the S&P as well as the Nasdaq. As you can tell, we had a pretty aggressive run up this past week on both S&P and Nasdaq. From Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, it basically took off and it never looked back. So the volume area that I'm looking at is roughly on the S&P 4390 to roughly 4360 area. So I'm looking for two-way trade within this balance area. If we break out of this balance area, I will be looking for a push and then a potential rebid for another push higher. Same thing if we break lower of this balance area, drive down, and then potentially a reoffer to potentially clean up some of this structure below us. Same thing on NASDAQ. What I'm looking at is roughly about the 15,215 area to roughly 15,065 area. Again, just kind of looking for two-way trade within this. We break higher, let the market show its hand, look for that impulse move, and take a rebid or a reoffer from it. Again, from Order Flow Labs, I have the balance areas plotted. So this yellow box is a previous balance area from the S&P. So previous support area was 43.24, previous resistance 44.12. We are dead center of that. We do have a couple of LVNs at the 43.50 area as well as the 43.38 area. So look for potential areas of interest. Same thing on the NASDAQ. I have the balance areas plotted in these yellow boxes. So we are right here where this one ends, this one began. So right here in this 15,175 area. So are we going to catch some downside traction to push down to the bottom side of this balance, right around this 15,000 whole number? So again, I have the 15 area kind of as an LVN, as well as the 14 kind of 970 area as an LVN. Then push higher, be aware that we have a LVN 15,250, and then you kind of have that one at 15,400. So again, that's a balance area. If we get above that 15,250, I'd look for a rebid and potentially push up to the 15,400. So this is the composite over the past month, as you can tell. So weekly profiles, you can see where the business was conducted, right here in the middle of the larger balance area. So some of the previous areas that I will be looking at, if we get above that 250 area, I will be looking to take it to roughly the previous week's high at 325 area. And if we continue pushing 450 area, and then just take rebid after rebid. Same thing on the S&P. We break higher than this. If we get above this 4315 area, I will be looking to take it to 4350 area. So be aware that that 4400, like a logical round number, but if we get above 4315, I can see them cleaning up this structure from this aggressive push down and going to 4350 area. Again, we get billed above 4350, 4383. It could potentially some of these naked point of controls on the daily time frame. Same thing. I'm sorry, these are weekly time frames. So daily profile, break it down a little bit easier. Again, we have a lot of thin structure through here. Right as soon as we get above that 4315, I can see 4330 and continuing to build up to the 4350. Same thing on NASDAQ. Get above this, continue building, especially if we get above this 4350 area. We can see these next levels ahead. So we had a very large move. As you can see, current week was roughly 800 points, where that doesn't look right on that one. 60, gauge and see. Yes, see that was 253 points. So whenever this actually opens up, we will get a new product. This one's roughly 923 points. So we've reached out much further than our average weekly moves. So just be aware of that. Same thing on the daily moves. So you can kind of see a different vantage point, we break above this, then structure gaps in this area, potential areas of resistance. So that's my balance area that I'll be looking at, gauging auction within that. We break above value, look for a rebid. We break below value, look for a reoffer. Again, that's my high time frame analysis. If y'all have any questions, comments, y'all know how to reach me. Thank y'all for tuning in.